Hello everyone, I am Buoyancy, the one and only, fearing for my entire family right now because of the elections, but I think I'd make a video speaking about it because it has been a very polarizing topic that's been springing up lately, especially since like the past week or so that the elections happened. I think it was a week, but yeah, it happened. Trump got elected. How I'm feeling really about it is very smug, and sort of here's why. So let's just talk about what directly happened after. My entire Twitter feed turned into a salt mine, which is very interesting to read, especially after very many deleted tweets, very many people blocked, and very many people showing their true colors. Also, what directly happened afterwards was peaceful protest. Now, if you're wondering about how a peaceful protest goes in the United States, it's basically where you go out, vandalize stores, set cop cars on fire, and block traffic for anyone who is actually trying to get into the city because of things like work, school, or the other matter, and just making a general inconvenience for everyone for the sake that you didn't get what you wanted. Which is very, of course, entertaining to watch, but if I was in that type of situation, especially being from around Chicago, I would be boiling mad. So, what happened during the election? Of course, Trump got the most electoral votes, which scored him the president-elect. And unfortunately, well, everyone knows what happened. Hillary got the most popular votes, but she didn't get the electoral votes. And what that really breaks down into is that people are angry. Fuming hot mad at this, and some people are just crying out and having knee-jerk reactions because, well, they didn't have a candidate that suits their own taste. I don't really know. These are grown adults here, right? These aren't your typical school children. You know, they don't get what they want and they throw a temper tantrum and they cry. But at the Hillary headquarters, man, was it an interesting sight to see grown men, children, and even one woman. I think I'll have some pictures up, but she was lying in a fetal position. I don't know how to react to that. I haven't dealt with children before, and I'm sure I wouldn't be really that happy dealing with those type of people. As I said before, it's been pretty polarizing, and what I can say is that I don't feel really that saddened by it. I mean, it doesn't really affect me, especially a few weeks after it sort of become irrelevant. But I want to talk about this because, well, it's been still a pretty hot topic, and some people are still, talking about it. And I've seen on my Twitter feed, I've seen people blocking others, and I've even blocked some people. But that's only because they are assholes. And when someone shows their true colors, you can't take it really with a grain of salt, and you can't just take it like it's nothing. Because some people, they rarely show their true colors, and it's only at prime examples and opportunities where they show their true colors. This has been one of those moments, I think I'm sort of thankful that I've never really had to deal with these people outside of, well, political talk, because maybe they would have been the same, or maybe they would have been different, and I wouldn't have known. You know how people are in furry drama, which I will make a separate episode about, maybe later down the line if I'm not lazy. Sorry I haven't really made any videos lately too. I'd also like to bring that up. I've been quote unquote busy with all that stuff and mumbo jumbo that I don't really want to get into. But yeah. What else was I going to say? I myself find myself more leaning towards Trump. I mean, he has quite some good points, and I think with the election, a lot of people have been saying that we avoided war with Russia, and that does, even though it's sort of not that not that in reality, it does have a few hints of realism into it, because you have to remember one of the points that Hillary brought up during the final debate was that she would enforce a no-fly zone in Syria. And of course, Russia is doing continual airstrike. I mean, not Russia. Sorry, Syria. But what I was going to say about that was tension, or Russia's doing airstrikes in Syria right now, and tensions have been sort of high with the U.S. and Russia over the past 5-6 years, and they haven't really been steadily resolving themselves. So I think that had Trump being elected, I think that, of course, there was resolutions already being made right after the election, which is very good. I think it's something positive, and it will set a course of change for U.S.-Russia relations, but also it will not cause possible, because it's only possible, I can only say possible World War III or nuclear annihilation. Who knows? Who really knows about this election? Because, well, guy hasn't really done anything yet, really. I mean, he hasn't been inaugurated yet. I think that happens over in January, I think. So, who knows what will happen? And, of course, people are saying that Mike Pence will enact his gay conversion therapy, which is, I don't really think he'll actually be doing that. Even if he was put into the spot of the president, just who knows, just in case the liberals start learning how to use a gun. But yeah, what I really want to also bring up is the Second Amendment rights, and I'm sure that even being, well, since we had Democratic presidents for so long and what they've done, I don't think that Hillary would be all for guns. And with this election, of course, things like ammunition prices and gun prices have skyrocketed. And now they're starting to settle and decrease, which is awesome. I think what this election really teaches to everyone is that it just goes to show, no matter how much money you put behind it, no matter how many supporters you have, there is still a chance that you could fail. And I think that a lot of people haven't, they just want what they just have this knee-jerk reaction where they don't get what they want. Like multiple celebrities threatening to even kill themselves and immigrate to Canada and, renounce their U.S. citizenship. Which is a whole lot of baloney in my opinion, and immigrating to Canada alone is very expensive, and it's a very tedious task. Also, since most celebrities are probably from the friggin' Hollywood area or something, I don't really think that they would give up their sunny, warm, everyday weather for a cold, frigid wasteland full of an already crazy prime minister, in my opinion. Ex-drama teacher, should I say, prime minister. But overall, I just feel smug about it. As I said before, I just feel smug that some people just can't take that. They just go out and they just hold this huge protest, thousands of people and thousands of arrests, and that doesn't really do anything for progress except just show how a lot of people are criminal. And so overall, what I really have to say about it, I don't really think that that anything that bad will happen to the United States. Who knows? Maybe a giant meteoroid will just come and blow us all up. But I can say that it's not that bad. We've had worse presidents, and even in other countries like Duterte, there are always worse, or there's always worse, and I think that a lot of people are disappointed, a lot of people are angry, furious even. I mean, look at my Twitter. But I just think that everyone should just relax. I mean, really, it's all this knee-jerk reaction, all this fear-mongering. Oh, a nuclear war will happen for some reason. With who? But yeah, that's all I really have to say. And it's sort of weird coming from me, being, of course, black gay man, and everyone has their own expectations and, popular belief on what I should think and my own ideologies. I think that's all a load of bullcrap, especially coming from um, majority of white people. And this is what I don't really get about SJWs. They say what I should be offended by instead of my own opinion. Because, you know, anyone could be offended at something as small as a jar of mayonnaise, and I really don't get offended that easily at things like nigger. I don't get really offended at things like faggot. I'm very thick-skinned when it comes to things like insults, and I don't really react in a negative way, and it just all this thought policing and telling other people what they should say. In general, I just think that we're all adults here, really, and I don't really think that there should be any thought policing or speech policing just because it doesn't fit one other person's standards. That other person is most like an adult physically, not mentally. And I think that they should just take it, and they should just not really worry about it like I do. If someone says something that I don't like, well, I just don't really mind it, and I don't really just go and complain to the internet police or the admin of specific chat rooms. I don't really just who does that? But it just shows how many adult children are in the United States, especially that picture of the girl in the fetal position crying. That is a priceless photo. But overall, that's all I really have to say about it. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button, smash that motherfucking like button. Also, feel free to leave a comment below. Of course, I read all comments, and I will reply with a thoughtful response, or, you know, all that stuff. And make sure to subscribe if you enjoy my videos. I will be posting more videos, especially like this. And of course, the gameplay in the background is Overwatch. Anyhow, peace out, guys. I hope you have a wonderful evening, night, or morning.